I'd never heard of Father Christmas and the Missing Reindeer. I discovered this randomly on Letterboxd, and I'm a big fan of animation. I'm a big fan of Christmas films. I'm a big fan of anything in the 90s because it has the possibility of giving me some kind of nostalgia. And the style of animation definitely felt nostalgic of the 90s. Having watched it, I can say that it actually is quite unique because it does something to the sleigh that I wasn't expecting. Also, interestingly, is that this has 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which is actually rather a phenomenal rating that I wasn't expecting. That is only across 17 reviews and ratings, though I don't rate it quite that highly, but I thought it was quite fun. This was released at the latter end of the 90s in 1998, directed by Jon Doyle, written by Chris Allen and Jimmy Hibbert, based on a story idea by Geoffrey B. Sundquist. And it's Christmas Eve, and Santa Claus, or Father Christmas as he is called in this, realizes that the reindeer have vanished. So he has to try and track down the reindeers, but he's also got to do something to make his sleigh work without the reindeer. And I won't say exactly how he does this. It's not so much a spoiler because it happens very early on. But he does something to make the sleigh work, and the sleigh suddenly has a personality. And I've never seen that done before in animation. I can't say that no animations give the sleigh its own characteristics, but this is the first time I've seen it, and it actually worked very well. It was a little bit creepy. Every now and then I thought it was a bit peculiar, but I actually thought it was a really clever idea and it worked very well, and the sleigh became a really interesting and obviously integral part of the narrative. And we follow Father Christmas and various other characters trying to track down these reindeer on the most crucial evening of the year. And it's quite action packed, it's, I guess, heart racing if you get emotionally invested in it, because you want to know where these reindeer are and also if Santa will actually be able to find them. And I won't say any more about the narrative itself. Obviously, to my 30-year-old brain, I didn't find the actual narrative that compelling. Although I have to admit, it wasn't completely predictable. There were quite a few surprises throughout this that I hadn't expected, things that definitely kept me on my toes, and I was actually genuinely really impressed with the narrative development. The animation style did feel quite nostalgic. It definitely feels like a product of the 90s. Not that that's a bad thing, because it kind of felt warm and fuzzy, and it was well edited, it was consistent, some really nice colour choices. I thought it worked very well. Father Christmas and the Missing Reindeer is never going to be a personal favourite. However, it is something that I genuinely enjoyed. I probably won't watch it again, but if you're a fan of festive animations, and in particular ones that were made in the 90s that have a more nostalgic feel, Father Christmas and the Missing Reindeer is one that I'd say is worth checking out.